Good morning, you guys. Today I'm going to show you how to graph in intercept form. If this doesn't sound familiar, you'll notice on the whiteboard there are the 3 steps written out, so you can reference those as you work on the other practice problems. I'm going to do number 3 on your worksheet, and you should follow along and do number 3 as well. So if we take a look at the board, the first step says to identify P and Q and plot those points on the x-axis. So when I look at this equation, I will see that this value is my P and this value is my Q. So I can write off to the side here, P equals 2 and Q equals 1. I can plot those 2 points on my x-axis. So P is at 2 and Q is at 1. These are the x-intercepts of my parabola. Step 2 says to calculate the axis of symmetry as the middle of P and Q. I can use a number line if that's going to help me, or I can just look at my axes and think about what is in the middle of 2 and 1, and in this case it's 1.5. So I can draw my axis of symmetry down the middle. I like to label it as x equals 1.5, and then I'll make a note for myself that my axis of symmetry is 1.5. The third step is to plug my axis of symmetry value into my equation for x to find y. So let's set that up. I'm going to go back to my original equation and write y equals. Now here is an x, so I'm going to plug in my axis of symmetry value. 1.5 minus 2 times my x value again, 1.5 minus 1. Now that may look a little bit scary, but I can use my calculator to help me plug this in. So let's take a look here. Let me get it adjusted. I'm just going to type in the right side here. So I'm going to type it in exactly as it looks with parentheses and all. 1.5 minus 2. Close the parentheses, open the second parentheses, 1.5 minus 1. Close the parentheses. Lots of glare here, but you'll notice it's typed in just exactly how I wrote it out here. It's important to write it out so you know what you're looking at, and then you can type it in the calculator. I can hit enter. And I find that the value is negative 0.25, so y equals negative 0.25. And I can put this y value together with my axis of symmetry in that last part of step 3 on the board and get the vertex as the point 1.5, negative 0.25. I will go back to my graph, and I'm going to go over 1.5 on my axis of symmetry and go down negative 0.25, and then I can connect those into a parabola.